Tansei, Nukam Muskwa Nisika Son. My English name is Sage Broomfield, and my Nehio ancestors and family come from the Treaty 8 territory in Alberta. They're now registered to the Driftpile and Sawridge Cree First Nations. I also carry English and Irish ancestry. My thesis is in response to the work I did this past summer in Inuvik, Northwest Territories, which supported the partnership project between the Gwich'in Tribal Council and the University of Saskatchewan's Community Appropriate Sustainable Energy Solutions, or CASES. CASES is an international partnership that supports remote, northern, and Indigenous communities as they seek alternative energy solutions. For Indigenous communities, alternative energy projects such as solar, wind, or geothermal can be important acts of self-determination and sovereignty, in addition to making their energy more secure, affordable, and sustainable. My role in Inuvik was supporting the Youth Energy Research Project. I hired and trained Gwich'in youth to do energy interviews in their community. This research model centered Indigenous youth learning, and it reduced the need for outside researchers such as myself. It was the second time that this model had been used in this territory, the first since its inaugural run during COVID, and the first with myself as its field coordinator. Like any good researcher will tell you, I encountered many challenges that allowed me to learn in real time. But as the summer came to an end, and as I stepped away from that role, I wanted to think more deeply about how to better center and honor Indigenous youth knowledge as we seek alternative energy solutions. So I took to the research. In Western research, the youth category has been reduced to adults in waiting, and it's centered on this very narrow understanding of what leadership can look like. But I know that that's not what youth are envisioned in Indigenous communities, and it's not how I understood my role in my family or in my communities as a Cree young person. When I looked at the research, I focused on youth participatory research that centered Indigenous youth, and most importantly, had Indigenous authorship, sometimes youth authorship. I focused on lessons and contributions in community relationships, skill building and mentorships, and long-term impacts. My thesis and my research will not only identify a better way for researchers to support reciprocal youth and community learning, but step towards a way in which Indigenous youth can take climate and energy into their own hands with the support of their communities. Thank you.